Here's a fun project for the fall. This is a watercolor painting I did just using the liquid watercolors that we have at the paint center. I used blue. First I wet my whole paper with a paintbrush and plain clear water. After the paper was wet, I took the blue paint and painted the whole paper wet into wet. And that let the colors spread nice and smooth. After I had the whole painting blue, I took my paintbrush and I dripped a little bit of water onto the blue paint and put it on the dry rack. When it dried, these white spots are where the water hit the paper, giving a little interesting texture to my cool color blue background. I knew I was going to use a cool color background because I've been thinking a lot about the leaves this fall and how they are warm colors. So the next step in this project is to take some of these leaf texture plates. They're all different kinds of leaves, but if you find some texture plate that you like for the leaf, you can create a texture rubbing with these plates using warm colors. Because the leaves this fall are turning from green to warm colors like orange and yellow, maybe a brown, sometimes red. So I'm going to take this texture plate, just like our regular drawing center texture plates. I'm going to put it under my paper so that the edges of the texture plate sit flat against the table. If we do it this way, the rubbing doesn't look quite as nice. So we want to make sure that the edges of our rubbing plate are flat against the table. And then you can choose a color, either crayon or oil pastel. Like I said, I like these warm colors, so I'm going to use a warm brown and do a rubbing on this leaf texture plate. There we go. Well, that's a nice rubbing. I went ahead and cut out some of these other leaves that I did rubbings on earlier. I mixed my colors there using green, yellow, and orange. But these are some leaves that I've cut out. Mostly warm colors, even this yellow-green is pretty warm. I may want to color it a little bit more just to bring out some of the warm color that I was thinking about. I'm going to go around the edges of this leaf just to make it look a little bit more yellow. You can also go out in nature and find a real leaf and put it on the table and put your paper on top and do a rubbing from a real leaf. At home, if you don't have texture plates, you can always rub a real leaf or a shell or other objects that have texture. But I am happy that we have these nice leaf texture plates. So there's a leaf, and I've got my blue painting. I can arrange my leaves and make a collage now where I have warm leaves on a cool color paper. I'll just use a little glue stick to hold that in place. Let's see here. I think I like this bright red one a lot. I bet that's gonna look good there. I might need to do one more. I'd like for them to be overlapping somehow. How about like that for a start? Since this one goes behind this, I'll have to glue that first. Then I flip the paper over and give it a little back rub. And that's a good start on my fall leaf collage.